I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is October 31st, Thursday, 2024. Hope you had a good day today. So, big fucking drop. Look at that. So we gapped down. And obviously I made the video before we gapped down, but when you see this type of gap, and this is all a learning lesson and experience, but when you see a type of gap like that rushing, it's not a good sign for bulls, obviously. When we have this type of steep lower highs like that, look at that. Look at this right here. This right here is manual intervention. It's a program. It's a sell program. They're trying to rush for all this. Now, when I made the video yesterday, if you watch it, so it makes sense, but I was talking about this range here from here and coming underneath this low. But for them to gap down to get that, that's not a good sign. That's obviously it's obviously turning bearish, right? And then we have the divergence here between Nasdaq and S&P and Dow that I've been talking about. So now it's probably flourishing. Now, where are the reds? Where is the green flags, red flags, whatever you want to call it? Where could we have seen a drop like this? Well, it was on my radar, but at the same time, I can't. When the price is up here, I can't sit here and think that. I have to still stay with the bullish mentality until the market shows me otherwise. Let the market tell you what it's doing. I'm not so much in trying to predict too much, but of course there is a level of predicting. But where was the red flags? Well, first of all, we came to that 4-hour gap. So let me change this to a 4-hour. When we sealed that 4-hour gap, take a look here. So we sealed that gap. Now, I've been talking about this this July 17th wick. See that? Without a wick. And I'm surprised they didn't grab that. It's like, if you wanted to just keep coming down, why wouldn't you just grab that and then come down? But maybe we're not done coming up still. So the thing is that, are we bearish or are we bullish? To me, this is a break of structure right here. This is a change in character, some people might call it, but this is a break of structure right here, because this low made this high. Even though it made that high and that low made that high, this swing here, if I was to count that, this is a break of structure. Now, here's the thing. We did break through here, but that's okay. But we didn't displace under here. So are we going to whip all the way back up to the gap? I think that might happen tomorrow. And if tomorrow doesn't shoot it down, then it's coming all the way up here. Like, literally, it's going to be a big day. Like this. Look at the fuck. To be honest with you, I haven't seen hourly candles like this since 2022, and even then, I didn't even see it like this. I mean, if that doesn't tell you that's a sell program, I mean, I don't know what will. But what am I saying? So the thing is this on the daily here. When you look at the daily, I still think it's a break. When you look on the weekly, though, I don't think it. Here's the thing. It's not a break technically. Obviously, to break this low is a break, because this low made all these highs here. So what I'm trying to say is this. So this just could be a retrace, right? Sure. I mean, this could come here and then still push up, which I'm surprised it. Here's the thing. With the historical data and the fourth quarter pushing up, we would have to see a response kind of soon, because it's the end of the month here. And November and on all historic, on 5, 30, 15, they're all pushing up really hard here. Like a little retrace. You could see a big pullback like this, but it would have to like buy from here. And if it doesn't buy, it would have to buy from where it is, or it'll sweep this, which is, let me move this. Let me just delete this. So is it just a retrace back? Because it has all right to count this as a retracement. But I don't know. For me, I feel like it's becoming a double top here, as you see. And then is this like the height of a recession? Like if I was to even go in here and you used to take a look at kind of like this action when we had in 22, right? Where we double topped here. Very similar understanding here. And then we kind of just fell down, which began in the beginning of the year, right? So are we going to get something like that here? I mean, it kind of looks like it. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. As you see there, right? But so you see the double top right there, right? So is this just a big? Is this turning around? But I don't know. With all the stuff going on in the world, I think it should technically. I know the stocks aren't, the value shouldn't be here, but same time, that pool right here with this liquidity, I guess I could draw it. I should draw it. Excuse me. Let me just make this green and dashed. We'll just do that so you can see that. Obviously, that kind of looks pretty obvious. And then, man, do they turn this right here? Do they turn this daily imbalance? I'm sorry, the weekly imbalance. Do they turn that into resistance? So going forward, well, I know I'm not going into the video. I'm personally taking a step back. So listen, I was mentioning yesterday you don't want to trade. And I mean that. Like, for example, the rest of until the elections are over, you don't really want to trade. But then what the issue is that now we're going into this weird time where it's Thanksgiving and the holidays, and it's just like, it's just kind of winding back. But can you find trade every day? Obviously, you can find trades every day. But this is well, the 15-minute will tell the story much better. But when you saw that we gapped down, I mean, this is bearish structure here. So we're flowing like this. We're coming up. We're getting into that imbalance on this 6 p.m. right? And that gap there's still an empty gap in there. That's why I think I think that they're gonna shoot that shit up. If they don't, we're really bearish. I'll tell you that right now. We're really bearish if we don't come and grab this here, because of the fact that this will be a dangling carrot for a while. I have that feeling. But as you see, then a lower low, and then we pump up here. We now take a look at the gap here from the previous week. Remember, we've been talking about this gap here, right? So on Sunday, the 13th of October. If we drag that out, we came underneath it, right? So on the 1 minute, that's here, right? Don't get confused with all this. But I'm gonna delete. Remember that daily imbalance that I told you guys about? That there was one right there in between here. I drew it out. It's right here. Well, doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Let me just delete that. But and then I don't need to delete this. But what I was trying to say was the red flag here was that we closed a body there, right? So that should have been my inkling number one, which it was. But I mean, I forgot. I thought it was on the daily, but it was on the 4 hour. But whatever. We miss things as analysts. We're gonna miss things. I don't care how perfect. I don't care how successful you are, how much of a great trader you are. You're always gonna miss things sometimes, right? So sometimes you just don't see it. But anyways, not a big deal. So that being said, here you still couldn't really tell yesterday. It's still early, but the gap today, that was like, okay, I get it. I've seen this many times, right? So now that I've said all that, we also have that weak gap that we mentioned here. Now look how we bounced first of it. We bounced first on Tuesday. We bounced on top of it, and now we're underneath it. See that? So now that's present time here. Okay, which was also, if you take, remember, I have this quad level. I deleted the bearish daily imbalance that we've been stuck in for all this time. Let me really make this big. You can't miss this shit, right? You can see that those were the quad levels here, and look how we're underneath that bottom level, right? So we have not only that bearish imbalance that we had, which is, I still left this here. If you've been following my videos, you know what I'm talking about. We were tagging it. Look how we were tagging it, plus that weak gap in the gray in the background. See that shit? So now that I've said all that, I'm saying all that to say this. This was your resistance. 830 was the news is just popping. Look how it's just stopping on its track. Is that a random level? No, those are two prime levels, which is the bottom of a gap we've come underneath. Look at the 15-minute. We've came underneath it. Look at that shit. Beautiful. So then the 930 open gap opens up, and then boom, you're not gonna get no 50%. You're not looking for none of that. It's just bearish. Well, in general, you're looking for a dump then pump, right? But in this case, in this type of environment, you're not even getting the pump. You're just literally dumping all day, and it's just slow bleeding. And all of these are sells. Now with these equal highs here and some of this liquidity, look at this shit. Yeah, this is we're still coming up, right? But we'll see how it goes. But these bearish imbalances are what you want to use to sell. You're not looking to invert here. But you know, when this was all happening, it's just like you need to walk away. Like this is not for professionals. You just need to walk away. It's just that I don't even know how else I could put it. But I'm gonna probably delete this soon. Go back to that. But this is broke. This is getting deleted. So I'm cleaning up here, and then wait. Let me go back here. Oh, I had that for an example. I'm surprised I still had this on the chart. So does this end up holding as support here? This candle that we're literally sitting in now on the daily, is that going to be holding as support? Which obviously it does look like it is, but we'll see, right? We're using this daily candle, which is October 3rd. October 3rd. Does that hold? I don't think so. I'm really probably going to I really think I'm going to delete this because I think they might be coming for this. I mean, if they don't, then we should see a big response tomorrow. I mean, like just as equal as this candle damn near. I mean, it should be massive. We have some earnings today too, don't we? Wasn't it today? Wasn't there today? Yeah. Let's see what they're doing. I don't know. We'll see. But look at the no possible way for you to get in. There's no look. Do you think buyers and sellers are literally doing this? One more drive, one more drive, one more. If you try to fuck with this, this is what I meant by walk away. This is why I was telling a trader of mine, don't trade, do not trade, because of the look at this. This is why they don't want you in. Look at they came all the way up and then they came down one more time again just to make sure your ass is like gave up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you gave up. You shouldn't even be trading. But anyways, wow, this is not good. So we came underneath that 4-hour imbalance right here. See that 4-hour imbalance? Dragged out. Was support. We're underneath it now. Look at that. I mean, you think that's random? That's not random. What I'm showing you right here. So this is like reliving all yesterday. Remember when we were where was it? Here. When we had that imbalance here, and I dragged it out on the 1 hour. Remember that? This 1 hour. It was I'm on a 4-hour here. 1 hour. I want to be done, man. So I'm gonna be probably taking a little vacation hiatus, from now till like probably like the 8th or 9th or something. I don't know. We'll see. It's not that serious. The market is not gonna go nowhere. You don't need to be involved with this kind of manual intervention. So, but anyways, this right here. Remember this 10 o'clock from yesterday's video I mentioned? If you drag that out, you'll see that it was bumping against here. Remember, we were using this as resistance. You watched the video, you remember. Well, this kind of looks like what's going on right now. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, dude, it's like they slipped the rug from everybody. Like that's why they had it like this, right? Because it's like it's so random. It's like okay, now it's here. Now you got panic going on. You got VIX. You got VIX readings shooting up, right? You're looking at other stocks across the board, big drops, dude, like across the board. I mean, let me see, even gold had a big drop. Bitcoin is dropping. I'm looking at a bunch of shit. Oh, and hey, remember when I told you all this shit yesterday? And this was the other red flag. I mentioned this also the day prior. So, well, the day prior, even yesterday. So that was was what, Tuesday I mentioned this. So take a look. Well, they had that gap, so we blew through. It's about Nvidia, obviously, and we're low. We're low here. We're low, man. We're low. So, um, mm, I don't know. It's tough because it's like the market has the right to kind of like come down and wipe out buyers, right? Um, I mean, you'd have to break this low for it to be a break. So obviously, there's plenty of room. The issue is by the time you figure that shit out, it's like it's bearish market, right? But you just take a look here. Yeah, I mean, the sad thing is you would have to break this low technically. And look, by then it's like, it's tough. That's why they made these ranges so big, right? Because even if you look back at 22, right, like when you had this retracement, we push up and then we broke right here. See that? See that break? Then we retrace back up, and then we made another lower low, and then lower low, and we kept going. So in this case, um, well, technically it's this low because we never made a new high. So, long story short, what I'm really trying to say, look at it. Look at the rejections here. It's definitely not good for a bullish market. But what I will say is, am I done with this? Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, that's explaining all that. I don't even need to go into that anymore. But what I'm thinking is, if it becomes a bearish market, this is key here. Do we push up like this, either from in here, okay, or here, and then come down, right? So, like, is that something that we're gonna see, right? Like, it's a lower high, lower low, or is it gonna, or if it's really bearish, still talking about being bearish. If it's bearish, then are we gonna fan out like, some shit like this, and then we kind of like, how can I explain this? You know what I'm saying? And then we just kind of like it just kind of like never goes up, right? Like this area just kind of stays empty. That's for being bearish. If we're bullish, I mean, we're gonna need to see a response like fucking. You're gonna need to see something like this. So I don't mean that all tomorrow. I'm just saying that like we should be having a big ass push tomorrow. We should take 2 day candles to at least come back up here. 1 day candle, I mean, it should come back up into that gap, and stay here and show it like as a bullish response. That would be in the perfect world, of course, I'm talking about. But if it's something like this, look at this price action here. Even look at this price action here with this big bearish candle. And then we had like, it took 2 candles to push up right there. So that might be something that you close the door. Wife is home. You might see something like that in price action too. But I'm expecting I would like to see a big push up, but we'll see. Other than that, I think I'm talking too much. And let's see here, 18 minutes. Let's see here, dollar. Dollar is coming down. That would be nice to see dollar come really down. That would kind of help us out as far as like bulls goes. Here, writings on the wall here, you can see that we had higher highs here with Dow, between 925 and 940, and we had lower highs here with S&P and Dow. So, I mean, technically, in a bearish scenario, you should be selling only because like you're gonna get a dump anyway. But here you didn't get a pump, right? But and that's more of a reason why. If I didn't even see a pump, I mean, that shows like really bearish. Again, watch yesterday's video. We talked about coming back down some more, but that was not expected. And one better day to do it when they have a fucking holiday. around the corner, which would be today. I mean, honestly, man, like they do this shit like out of nowhere. Like I've been following for a long time now, and now we got lower lows here with S&P and Nas, and we have higher lows here. So we had higher lows here, but that still failed. Let's see if is that going to be something here. We don't know. I don't. At this point, I don't care. Let's look at Dow. I told y'all, look at that sweep. I was talking about this. I was talking about this coming in. We were talking about this bearish structure here, and I slept on it earlier. I didn't even really pay attention, but the flow is there, and sure enough, take a look here. Swept all that, and that's kind of what they want to do. I mean, if you take a look, it's okay. I mean, we're okay, but if it just starts to really start creating bearish structure, then we'll see. But it's too incognito in a way. Again, they have all right to come down here and even to wipe this guy out here. So we're at the bottom here. We'll see what they end up doing. But it looks like a fucking top to me. I mean, look at this candle. The previous day. Damn, did I not see that? Oh, that's the week candle. I'm sorry. But yeah, even that week shows. Like that's why we should see a big push back up if it was to save itself. But yeah, could be a nice correction. That's all. Could be 10%. What is it here? This is how I make long videos. What is that? 4% almost? It's not that serious. Does it lead to something? I don't know. Obviously, are we gonna like fan out here? Like you see how the lower lows, lower highs, and then we kind of push back up. We need to kind of get that going. Are we creating the bottom of this low swing type of thing? That's kind of like what I'm trying to say. But I mean, I'll just be honest. I just can't understand. I won't even go there. It's just ugly. This is what I mean by, don't trade it. The price action, it's just like one-sided. Look at that. Oh God. Yeah, that don't look good. Again, are we going to see like a little slither here and then push back up? See, we have a little slither. See, we're just coming down now. So we could expect some more days of bearishness. But again, don't be involved. You don't need to. Look at this. Oh, I remember when we talked about this. These equal lows that were so suspect. I remember that. Yeah. So I mean, if we just keep it simple, man, this is really the range, from a retail's perspective. It's not like it has to be the end of the world, and then coming somewhere in here would make sense. Just like this, just like this retracement. The only reason why they have retracements in this market is so they can just wipe out buyers and then get more people to get in. All right, look at this, real close to that 50, real close. See that? So, and that's just this leg. Again, I'm doing live analysis like with you guys. I didn't even do all this. Could we even say that this is the range here, which is very possible? And look at that leg. Look at that. That came deep and it still pushed up hard. So we have a lot of room down here, man. A lot of room. So if that's the case, you're gonna see some structure like this. So we've already came with the lower high here and then we broke. So that's why I was mentioning, do we push back up and then fall back down? And then you'll know we're in a bearish leg. Look at this. This was August. This is when I was on my vacation, wasn't it? Yeah. When they fucking dropped this shit like crazy. Look at that. Yeah, other than that, that's where we are. And this is how I make long videos. So I mentioned everything here. Right? Yeah. So if you want to trade, paper trade, use a paper account. Practice if you like, but I wouldn't put real money in this market right now. Just wait for the elections to be over, and because you're just not going to get price precision, you're going to get manual intervention, you're going to get one-sided delivery. I mean, you know, if you want to focus on one-sided delivery, then you know, try that. But this is hopefully this is all a learning experience, and again, this could be the buy right here. This could be the buy right fucking here. No bullshit. This could be the big buy right here. But that looks a little too juicy for them not to take out. So maybe one more day down and then push up. So either a push down one more and come back up, or we come back up now. Oh, I almost forgot too. As you can see, look at this speaker here. Look at that. See that? Look at that. Look at that speaker right there. That's beautiful manual intervention right there, or manipulation. This is how you could track it. See, look at this. We had the same thing here. All right, we have the same thing here. So we're hoping that we kind of start going back up. But as you see, look at that, beautiful. And that was another. I meant to mention this in some videos, but with I think I mentioned it before in some videos a long time ago. But the 9th and the 10th, as you can see, when we had this origin of price here, when we had up, we had down. Some will say this could be the origin here, but this looks kind of more cleaner here. So this 9th and the 10th, see that? See that? See this? So being up here and coming to the other side of the range, you know, this is what they did, right? So are we just going to be in a choppy, consolidated market for the rest of the year even? All the way January is going to be probably shitty. We'll see how it runs. But in general speaking, you could tell the price action's funny. But look at that, right? Look at that beautifulness right there. See that? All right, you guys take care and God bless.